Tim is saying Disney is a terrible fucking place to work, and I feel like Dumbo, like I was caged there like a goddamn monkey being made to do shit I didn't want to do. Tim Burton! He's a famous director. We all know who Tim Burton is. Well, Tim Burton has made some of the most iconic films of all time. Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, among many others. Sleepy Hollow, one of his unsung heroes right there that people don't really talk about as much. But quite a few. And in recent years, he's been doing, I'm not going to say, most of his films have been more family-friendly, somewhat, kind of a darker, gothic, family-friendly, but, you know, PG-13. In more recent years, though, he's been leaning towards the more very strongly family with the Alices in Wonderlands and the Willy Wonkas and all that. He's had a few other adult-themed things, but that's been a lot of his stuff. And in my opinion, his quality has dropped in the past few years. And I hadn't really even realized how much work he'd been doing with Disney, which he has. He's been doing quite a bit with Disney over the years. Well, that apparently is coming to an end, or has come to an end, and he's got some words to say about it. He doesn't get too crazy, but let's read them between the lines real quick. Let's see here. According to Burton, my history is that I started out there at Disney. Burton said in reference to his early days spent storyboarding and animating for Disney. One of his short films, the live-action 1984 Frankenweenie, was produced by Disney, but he was let go from the company right after for wasting money on a movie that was too scary, according to Yahoo News. I said Yoo-hoo. Yeah, according to Yahoo News. In his words, I was fired like several times throughout my career there. Over the next several decades, he made a handful of movies with Disney, including Alice in Wonderland, feature-length Frankenweenie, and the much-loved classic, The Nightmare Before Christmas. There's been others also. And in his words, here's where he really put it out there, because he says, I'm not working with Disney anymore. He says, because he also made Dumbo, the live-action Dumbo with Danny DeVito, and I don't know, I didn't see that one, but he made that. Apparently, the thing about Dumbo is that's why I think my days with Disney are done. I realized that I was Dumbo, that I was working in this horrible big circus, and I needed to escape. That movie is quite autobiographical at a certain level. So apparently, Tim is saying Disney is a terrible fucking place to work, and I feel like Dumbo, like I was caged there like a goddamn monkey being made to do shit I didn't want to do. Because that's more or less what Dumbo is. And treated unfairly and treated like goddamn Dumbo. And he had to get out. And now he's out, and he's doing, you know, the Wednesday thing over at Netflix and all this and that, which is good to hear, because I think that, quite honestly, the vast majority of the work that Burton did with Disney was his least creative stuff, in my opinion. And you had Alice in Wonderland. You had Dumbo, which I haven't seen, but I heard was not received super well. What else they had here? He made Frankenweenie. That was, from what I remember, that was pretty cool. But that was very much like his movie. And Nightmare Before Christmas, of course. Now that one, I don't like how they threw that in here, because he didn't make that movie. Henry Selick made that movie. Tim Burton was just involved with it. He was the executive producer. No, he was heavily involved, yeah, but that was a Henry Selick movie. So, but like a lot of his least creative stuff with the more recent year stuff, there's actually been 2 Alice in Wonderland movies, I feel like was there at Disney. And I think that that's a big issue we see with Disney from a lot of directors. Like these directors that are known for their particular style, Disney brings them on really not for their talent, I don't think, just for the name recognition, aka Sam Raimi with Doctor Strange. You bring them on and you're not wanting Tim Burton, Sam Raimi, with the Thor movie, what was his name, Kenneth Branagh, people like that, very well-known, respected directors. You're not wanting them to come on to bring their style. You don't want them to come and make a Tim Burton movie at Disney. You want them to come and make a Disney movie and just put their fucking name on there so you can capitalize on that. That's what I feel like. Because his movies started getting further and further away from what Tim Burton was. I want to see more of that old Tim Burton, like the Edward Scissorhands and the Beetlejuice and things, and Pee-wee's Big Adventure. You know, these movies that were very creative and classics. Give us more of that. Whether this Wednesday series he's working on, which he's an executive producer there as well, with Netflix is the one, I don't know. I don't have high hopes for that one, but who knows? Maybe it will be. Maybe it'll be great. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Now, I mean, they do go on with this article to say that, you know, he doesn't really specifically say what it is that made him feel that way. But like I said, you can kind of read between the lines. And you've heard a lot of other directors come out and kind of like hint at, hey, working for Disney kind of sucks. And I mean, a lot of just people, just artists and people that work in like special effects houses and stuff like that. Everybody's kind of saying working for Disney sucks, unless you are, you know, an executive at Disney. I'm sure they like it, but everybody else is like, this kind of sucks. So yeah, Disney. Now, also, I am a bit biased here because, as most people know, Disney is not at the top of my list. Not my good list. I have issues with Disney. I have for years, and as they've grown and gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, just the way. And I don't mind that they're a big company. That's fine. There's big companies that I don't have a problem with, but Disney gives no fucks and shits all over everybody and does not care and takes things and just kind of mashes them up and sucks them dry of any type of heart or creative like artistry that they had. That's Disney in a nutshell, in my opinion. So it seems like that's what they do to their directors as well. And Tim Burton said, I'm not going to do that anymore. So, but I mean, what? Maybe I'm talking out my ass here. Who knows? I could just be making all this up. I mean, I'm just taking this guy's comments and like I said, reading between the lines. You think I'm crazy? You think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm some asshole who's just talking craziness about beloved Disney? Let me know in the comments below if you think that this is a good thing or not. And I will say that if they keep on going down this route, I mean, it'll be a long time because they're so fucking big. And they are still very profitable. People aren't going to continue to work with them. I mean, they're going to stop working with Disney if they continue this way. And Disney does have a history of showing that even if you complain to them about something or do something, they don't care. They just Disney going to Disney. And they'll just keep on steamrolling on and just, you know, people will forget. Disney gives no shit. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Do you think Tim Burton is right here? Do you think he truly was being wrong? Or do you think that he and I are just talking shit about poor, sweet, little, pitiful old Disney?